5 minutes. I'll try to be as quick as possible. The first question is ethics in that professional skepticism and rule-based approach versus principle-based approach. Professional skepticism is basically to have that questioning mind, being alert to the conditions. For example, when you have an audit evidence and one is going to contradict with another audit evidence, information which is going to question the reliability of the document itself, or a condition that may indicate a possibility of a fraud, or a circumstances which is going to tell you that you will have to do more audit procedures in addition to whatever is required by the standards on auditing. Why is the professional skepticism for the auditor necessary? It is to reduce the risk of three things: overlooking unusual transaction, overgeneralizing the conclusion, and using the inappropriate assumptions. Going to principle-based approach and rule-based approach. Rule-based approach is strictly following the established rule, strictly adhering to the rule, not having an outlook about the spirit of ethics. On the other hand, principle-based approach is having the spirit of ethics, using the professional judgment, professional knowledge, skill, and expertise. And here it requires the accountant to use the judgment to evaluate every situation to arrive at conclusion. On the other hand, rule-based approach, it is not possible to deal with every practical situation just relying upon the rules. Going to the next question, that is about internal controls. Here we have controls which are relevant to the audit, nature and extent of understanding the controls, and methods for evaluating the internal control. What are the controls relevant to the audit? SLM, NCC, and DRS. This is the mnemonic that you're going to remember. Size of the entity, legal and regulatory requirements, materiality. NCC is nature of the business, circumstances and component of internal control, complexity of information system. DRS is diversity and complexity, related risk, or any specific control which is there to prevent, detect, and correct a material misstatement. That is SLM, NCC, DRS for you. What is the nature and extent of understanding the relevant controls? Whether an internal control is capable. How are you going to say the capability? You will be seeing the design and you will be seeing the functioning. For the functioning, you will be seeing whether it is able to prevent, detect, and correct a misstatement. The second point is about risk assessment procedure. For that, you will be like IO. What is that IO? For the risk assessment procedure, IO is analytical procedure, inspection, inquiry, and observation. And just by understanding the internal control is not necessary to talk about the operating effectiveness of the control. What are the methods for evaluating the internal control? We have 4 methods here: narrative record, checklist, questionnaire, and flowchart. I have also given the keywords in red for each of the methods for evaluating the internal control. The third one is about documenting the automated environment and documenting the materiality. What will you document in automated environment? What are the information systems used? What is the purpose for which it is used? Where is it located? Is it local or is it global? What is the architecture? Which version? What is the interface? Whether it is in-house or whether it is packaged, whether it is outsourced. Who are the key people responsible? Are there any chief information officer? Are there chief information systems officer? For materiality, 320, what is the documentation to be done? You will document the materiality for the financial statement as a whole. For each account balance, class of transaction, disclosure, that is our ABCD. For performance materiality, you will have to document, and if there is any revision of the above, then also you are going to document that. The fourth one is what is audit trail and what is the meaning of relevance. The key word which you have to remember for relevance is the logical connection. I will show you the theory for both. Read the entire theory for relevance, then only you will understand how they can ask the question. Relevance deals with the logical connection with or bearing upon the purpose of audit procedure and where appropriate the assertion which is under consideration. A given set of audit procedures may provide the audit evidence for a certain assertion but not necessary to other assertions. Similarly, obtaining audit evidence regarding a particular assertion, say for example you want to see the existence of inventory, for that you are going to do the physical verification. That cannot be a substitute for a valuation of the inventory. It cannot be a substitute for another assertion. Test of controls and substantive procedure. Test of controls, you're going to see whether the deviation in the condition, and for substantive procedures you're going to see whether there's a misstatement in the relevant assertion. This is for what, guys? This is for relevance. I will also show you the audit trail points. That is also very important. Audit trail is a documented flow of transaction. It is used to investigate how the source document is translated into accounting entry and then it is inserted into the financial statements. It is used as audit evidence to establish authenticity and integrity. It helps in maintaining record of system and user activity, record of logon attempts. It is a step-by-step record. Audit trail is used to verify and track many types of transactions. Audit trail acts as record keepers. Audit trail helps in fixing the responsibility, rebuilding events, and thorough analysis of problem areas. Audit trail analysis can specify the reason of the problem. However, they involve cost. The cost is not only in time of the expenditure but also the time which is involved. This system, which has a feature of audit trail, inspires the confidence in the auditor. It also aids in verification whether transaction is performed by the person who is authorized to do so. The next question is with regard to the preliminary engagement activities, and that's specifically for ethical requirements. In the question, if you see this keyword saying ethical requirements, don't directly jump to the ethics chapter. See whether preliminary engagement activities is there. If that is there, then you're going to go to essay 300, and there under that you'll write the ethical requirement points. Here there are only 3 points which is given. The first one is relating to identifying the circumstances that is going to create the threat, evaluate any identified breaches in terms of firm's independence policies and procedures. Third is taking the appropriate action. How are you going to take the appropriate action? You either reduce the threat or eliminate the threat, or you withdraw from the audit engagement. The engagement partner shall also see whether he has to report to the firm if there is any inability to resolve the matter for appropriate action. Just 3 points for compliance with ethical requirements, and this is under preliminary engagement activities. I also have a bonus question for you. What is IFC and IC over FR? IFC is same as internal control. I will show you in the theory, and IC over FR is a separate reporting that the auditor will have to do. The term IFC refers to policies and procedures which is put in place by the company for ensuring reliability of financial reporting, effectiveness and efficiency of operation, compliance with applicable laws and regulations, safeguarding of assets, prevention and detection of fraud. The same objectives we saw for internal control definition. Yes or no? That's why I said IFC is nothing but the internal control only. On the other hand, ICFR is required where auditor is required to express an opinion on the effectiveness of the entity's internal control over financial reporting, and this opinion is in addition to and is distinct from the opinion which is given on the financial statements as a whole. IFC is a much wider term when compared to IC over FR. Are you able to understand?